Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. My name is gamesnathanlikes, and today I'm going to be interviewed by my good friend BlitzyFresh100.
Hello, everybody, from my channel, Nathan's channel, and fellow Freeze Flame 22 fans. Welcome to the podcast, where I'll be interviewing Nathan here, one of the greatest voice actors from Freeze's channel. Yeah. So yeah, of course, whenever I ask any questions to Nathan, he could also ask me any questions if he has any.
Sounds good?
So you ready with the first question?
Yes, I am. Ready when you are.
All right. Okay, first question. How did you first get introduced to Freeze Flame 22's channel?
I don't remember what videos I was watching at the time. It was probably life lesson videos or some other genre. I can't remember. But it was back in early 2019. I was being recommended videos by the YouTube algorithm, and there was only one video by this supposed creator from FreeSlam22. At the time, it was named Bowser's Children Murderer Mystery. That was the only one that got recommended to me. And it's been recommended to me for several videos, despite having ignored it the first time. So eventually, I decided to click it, give it a watch. And after watching it, I'm like, wow, that's really good. Then I got recommended the next video in the series, because apparently it's a series from what I learned that FreeSlam22 posts. So I clicked the next one, where at the time it was called Bowser's Children. It's a Not So Wonderful Life. So I get that a watch, and I'm like, wow, this is also really good. So eventually I checked the guy's channel out. Like I went to his profile, watched a few of his older videos, then I clicked subscribe and started binge watching the videos from oldest to current on all the series. And that's how I discovered FreeSlam22 YouTube channel.
That's awesome. For me, how I discovered Freeze is back in November 2019, and I actually know why I got recommended Freeze's channel at the time, is because I was actually watching creators that did like the coupoling videos, like explaining the history, doing plush videos and everything like that. And yeah, this one day I get recommended this video with Freeze's video saying the parallel universe. At first I didn't check it out. Then eventually I checked out the water park. My first ever video I watched and I liked it. And the second one I watched was of course the parallel universe and started binge watching his Bowser. Well, yeah, Bowser's Children at the time videos, and it was amazing.
What was the first video that you got recommended to but didn't immediately watch? Like, what was the first video you remember getting recommended to you from FreeSlam22?
Yeah, as I said before, the parallel universe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I didn't check it out immediately, but then I saw Freeze's other video, the water park, and yeah, as I said, that was my first one, and yeah, just binge watching it. And then when I was done with all the Bowser children's like videos, I wanted to check out Freeze's other like series at the time, like Carl in the Donkey Kong like series, and it was spectacular.
I think okay, now I think I remember why I got recommended FreeSlam22 YouTube channel. It's because I was watching another guy who also made like Koopa Plus videos. I think his name was SML or Super Mario Logan at the time. For a time, I was subscribed to him for a little while. Then, as I was watching those videos and got bored of him, I got recommended FreeSlam22 from that video. Like I said before, the murder mystery, because it was Koopalings.
I mean, you're not alone. It's same here. How I got recommended from Freeze, because yeah, it was mostly because of SML and other channels like Crazy Mario Bros and Super Mario Richie because they did Koopaling related plush videos. And yeah, if it wasn't for them, we would have found like Freeze's channel today because it was like one of the best decisions I made.
Yeah. Ironically, I have Super Mario Logan to thank for the YouTube algorithm recommending me FreeSlam22. Because ironically enough, I don't watch Super Mario Logan anymore in favor of FreeSlam22. So in a way,
Yeah.
that's a blessing in disguise.
Same here, man. Same here. God damn. And yeah, the year I found, yeah, as I said from the start, I found this channel in late November 2019, and
Okay.
the seeing more of it. Like, do you remember the year you found it?
Yeah, I do. I said early 2019, but it was probably either late July. No, not late July. I meant late January or early February.
Mm-hmm. And with Freeze's videos at the time, because I would just watch the Bowser children's like videos the whole lot. And again, as I said, when I finished all of them, I like around April of 2020, I decided to give Carl a chance, and it was really good.
Yeah. By the
Hmm.
time I was already watching Freeze's videos, like binge watching it. This was before he even introduced DKI, Donkey Kong Island. So that's
That's
how
true.
early I was before DKI
Hmm.
was even a thing.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah. Eh. But yeah, over the time, like even people that's watching the podcast right now, they'd be like, my favorite series from Freeze's channel is Bowser's Koopalings, which I could probably agree with because that's the one I watch frequently. But now it's kind of like like a competition with both that and WAF.
Yeah, Waff.
Hmm. Man. Which brings us to our next question.
Hmm.
The second question. When Freeze first posted the casting call video back in January 2023, what was going through your mind at the time, Nathan?
When I first saw it, I was like, is this for real? Because the last time he did a casting call video, I watched it first, and then when I saw he was only looking for females, I'm like, dang it, I'm not female. Because
we could, I was gonna make a joke. I was like, we could change that up, but no.
no, I'm pretty sure some males did audition for the fun of it, knowing they wouldn't get in, even though the video specifically said females only.
I
That's how
mean, there
Krunch
was.
got introduced.
I mean, remember there was that actor that played Janie at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, look what happened.
Anyway,
But
back to that.
mhm.
Like that first video, females only, so sad. But when the one in January 2023 came, I was like, oh my gosh, is this for real? So I watched the video all the way through, and he specifically said voice actors needed. He wasn't gender specific. When I saw characters up for audition, I saw both male and female roles. Like, oh my gosh, yes. And before I even read the casting document, like the Word document, I immediately started practicing how I'd voice the characters, like if I got in or if I'm auditioning.
Yeah, because with me, when I first saw the auditions, I was gonna like try at first, but seeing how everybody else was doing their auditions from like their computer laptops, because I don't know, because with Freeze, I think I saw one message by him. I could be wrong by saying, he could tell when people are recording on their phones. And yeah, I wanted to try at the time because okay, because nobody's gonna see this right now, but yeah, we're currently recording our podcast. I have a profile of Sean because he's one of my favorite characters that was voiced by Insta at the time,
Hmm.
and yeah, he was like one of my favorites. Like, don't start fighting yet. Let me press record. Hey, yo, anybody got a bag or something? I gotta take a piss.
You do a really
Yo.
great Sean impression. I really like that.
Thank you, thank you. And again, if I auditioned at the time, Sean would probably be mine, but I give props to Mono for voicing him in the future.
Yep, yep.
Mhm. So yeah, going back to when you did the official audition video for your channel, you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, I'm getting to that. So as I was saying, when I saw the casting call video, it's like voice actors needed. When I saw both male and female characters put up for audition, like I said, I was immediately practicing voices, and I'm like, okay, I had to jump on that opportunity as soon as possible. So
Mhm.
after I saw the video, I immediately opened up my laptop, opened up my recording software and everything, and then just went for it. Tried to match the description like it said in the document.
And yeah, uh, when I first saw your video, I didn't see it immediately. It took like a few months back when I actually found your audition video. I was like, whoa, Nathan actually auditioned for more characters. And yeah, because okay.
What? Sorry, I had to cough.
Oh, okay, it's okay. I was saying, I didn't find your audition video until like months later on YouTube because at the time I found both, like not just both, all three of yours, Quantum and Blue Pastel's auditions on YouTube. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. So when
Hmm.
I was making the audition video, I figured I wanted to get it done as quickly as possible so I wouldn't have to worry about it later. Like in total, it took me about 2 hours to get everything recorded and sent, like made into a video and sent over to Freeze. And
Yeah.
I kept asking around the Discord, like, do you want me to send audio files, video fine? And then Freeze confirmed it himself. Like, just for the auditions, a video's fine. So I went with the video to showcase all the characters.
Mm.
And I even put subtitles too, in case my voice is hard to understand for some people, or they can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's smart. And would you like to tell the people which characters you auditioned for, like, each series at the time?
Yeah, I can. I can go back to my audition video to see.
Because, yeah, while you're doing that, there are some characters I noticed that you did not audition for, which is fine. Because, yeah, from Bowser's Scooplings, it was Sean only. And then for Carl, it was, I believe, only Ronald you didn't audition for it, correct?
I believe that's correct, yes.
And then for the DK series, it was, I believe, yeah, K Lumsey and Big Sven.
Yeah, that's correct.
And for
Plus, I
WAP,
didn't have the. Oh, did you want to continue?
oh yeah, yeah. Let's continue from here. And for WAF, it was Alon, his son Simon the Black, and let's see, and then Casimir, and then Lothar.
No, I did audition for Simon the Black.
Oh wait, right. My fault. But anyways, go on with you.
No, I'm still trying to find the video.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Yep. So yeah, auditioning was fun. Like I said, I put subtitles in case my voice is hard to hear, hard to understand for some people. I made it like PowerPoint style.
Yeah, I did like that detail. And when I first got the document from Freeze about like how he wants the characters to be in like the description, because the only character that had to had a filter was Claw Grip. And I'm not gonna expose this person, but one person did not listen in particular when I saw their audition.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and like yeah. Okay, yeah, that goes in. Like the first character you auditioned from like the video I saw was like Claw Grip.
Yeah, I can tell you how, like, what I was thinking or going through my mind when coming up with voices for the characters to send for auditions.
Mm-hmm.
So with Claw Grip, I read the description, and when I tried it, I was trying to basically mimic how Azuring did his version of Claw Grip.
I mean, yes, I do like his Claw Grip, but like, because when he first voiced Claw Grip in the Shrine of the Koopa King, I remember he did not use a filter. It just like go on like crab, like pirate voice, like cut the bull crap. Yeah, it's a girl. I like that.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was trying to mimic, like in terms of the voice, I was trying to mimic Azuring's version of how he voiced Claw Grip.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is kind of breaking the fourth wall, but does my voice still sound kind of quiet? Because your circle's bigger than mine whenever we speak.
No, you're still good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, Claw Grip, and then eventually, for the Cars series, when we go there, the characters you audition. Okay, yeah, the first character you audition was Tucker.
Yeah, I'm going through what I like on my video, audition video, what I was thinking at the time, if I still remember. So yeah, I told you all about Claw Grip. I basically mimicked Azuring's voice of how he voiced Claw Grip, and I just added a robot effect in Audacity.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on just a second.
All right.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
And for Kenny, the description is gangster with a Brooklyn accent. I'll be honest, I didn't expect to be casted at all, like to make the cut. So when I read Kenny's description, voice should sound like a gangster with Brooklyn accent. I'll be honest, when I submitted the video with him, my self-confidence rating was low. Like I just felt like I just winged it.
Yeah,
like the lines like, "Sup, kid, Morgan home. Hey there, Linda. What you cooking there? Smells delicious. You boys got a problem?"
Yeah, because when I saw your audition for Kenny and the official when Freeze uploaded the results and saw like you as Kenny, I was like, yeah, you remind me of Freeze's Kenny when he used to voice him.
Yeah, and I made practice videos too. Looking back on it now, when I voice Kenny, I sound a tiny bit like how Freeze voices Kenny, like a little bit.
I mean, yeah, because when Insta previously voiced Kenny back in 2020 to 2021, it's kind of like more like it was Brooklyn, but more like deep in a bit.
Yeah, I remember Insta's Kenny impression. It wasn't that much Brooklyn from my perspective, but it sounded more like a tough guy voice.
Your boy's got a problem, or do I have to use this big boy on you? That's our Kenny. But yeah,
But
that was
yeah,
a great.
when I heard how Freeze voiced Kenny, it sounds like his Calvin doing a Brooklyn accent. So when I look at my videos, my practice video or anything with Kenny in it, from my perspective, it sounds a tiny bit like how Freeze voiced Kenny.
Yep. And so yeah, with Kenny, and now going with the other characters you auditioned for from the Carl series. Okay, so go on with your next character.
Yeah, the next one I auditioned for from the video was Tucker.
Yep.
I read the description and I was trying to match it, but when I tried like different voices, I don't know why, but I felt like I couldn't, so I just went with my Knuckles voice, like how I voiced Knuckles the Echidna in the Sonic series, which
Oh, that's pretty. That's
which
pretty
will
good.
eventually lead me to which I did end up using that voice for another character, but I'll get to that later. We're still on the edition video.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And
I used my voice for Knuckles when auditioning for Tucker. Like I felt looking back on now, I felt like I could have gone deeper. Like I really could have, but it's too late now. I basically winged it. And I said, "Oh, sorry, babe. I was texting the guys. What the hell was that? You were supposed to pass the ball to me." Like that's how I did it.
oh, sorry, babe. I was texting the guys. What the hell was that? You were supposed to pass the ball to me. Just realized I forgot to order my drink. That that's the voice I could have used if I had auditioned for Tucker. But yeah, and this is true facts from even like the trivia. Tucker is the most character to have the most like voice actors over the years.
Oh yeah, true that.
I mean, yeah, because yeah, eventually first it was Freeze, then it was Jordan the Mean Cookie, then Swallow, and then of course Insta, and then yeah, currently his current voice actor Gengar.
Yep, yep.
Yep, and yeah, that was Tucker. And now to your next character you audition for.
Oh yeah, Tommy. I remember the description. There was should sound young and friendly, but using a voice changer would kind of defeat the purpose of voice act, like the auditions and voice acting in general. So I tried to naturally pitch my voice up a bit, but I don't have. But I'm in my 20s, so that was difficult, and I was still in my 20s then too. So I
Yeah,
just
I get
raised my voice a little bit, like so.
that.
I didn't want my gamer tag. Yo, Calvin, the security camera kind of looks like your son. I was trying to sound kind of excited there, but I obviously can't. I mean, I could go higher if I wanted to, but if I did, that wouldn't sound like a young man. It would sound kind of like a girl.
I mean, I didn't really mind because what I heard from Tommy's auditions, everybody basically used their normal voice as a friendly kind of version for Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like this is my Tommy impression. If I audition for him, this kind of reminds me of that one mission from San Andreas. Yo, Calvin, this kid on the security camera kind of looks like your son. So, anyway, you guys want my gamer tag? That's that's like the friendly way I could do Tommy. Like, what'd you rate it?
Pretty good.
Yeah, but yeah, that was Tommy, and of course, next up, go ahead.
All right, and the next one I auditioned for was Bodak and FIFA.
Yes, the twins with the Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
So, you want to explain the story with Bodek and FIFA?
Yeah. What I was thinking with them at the time when I read the description sounded similar to Kenny, but when I also saw should also be capable of sounding incompetent and funny at times. I was trying to use a tough guy voice as well with Brooklyn accent. I didn't want to make it sound like similar to Kenny at all. I was But that, I think, if I remember right, I think overall, when I winged it, I was trying to go. I think I tried to mimic how Insta voiced Bodak. That's how I came up with. You should have seen the guy on the red show when I pulled the bill blaster on him. That's how I came up with that voice.
I mean, that was clever, yes. And with Insta's version when he first voiced him, to me, he was kind of using a combination of a Hispanic accent and a Brooklyn accent together. Did you see that too, or what?
No, I didn't notice that with Insta. I was trying to go with more of the tough guy route.
Which was pretty good. Like, this is also my impression. If I had this for the twins, like, you should have seen the guy in the register when I pulled a bill blast on him. You want to explain what the hell you dude's doing in my crib? Hey, he's wearing blue. Those are called the Cramps. Get him! That's
Nice.
yeah. But yeah, and noticing like yeah, and you did tell. Oh, yeah, you should tell the story. Go ahead
What story?
about like how you're almost this close.
Almost what close? I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Like with Odak and FIFA, like almost getting the role.
Oh yeah. So what I remember. So what I remember was what I remember being told at least, or from what I've heard. I was in a group voice chat with Free Swim 22 crew. I remember I came close, like one of the top rankings for like highly considered for Bodak and FIFA, like just barely, but it was they just gave it to Quantum instead. Like they seriously considered me for it, but they just gave it to Quantum.
Yeah, and as I said, and no offense to Freeze, because yes, I respect him. Like yes, what I've done is like at least for Bodak and FIFA's sake to like be casted as two different actors at the time. That's what I could have done.
Yeah. But the description said they're identical twins and thus share the same voice when I read the description. But yeah, I could see from your perspective, like if they ever meet, it would sound like they're arguing with this, like the same person arguing with the same person.
Yeah, because again, no offense to Freeze, because yes, awesome guy. It's kind of like when Freeze talks to himself as like Calvin's voice, like sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but really, they really mind because yeah, it reminds me of WoF Part 5, but he basically did all the background characters, which was spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, and we're back. So yeah, that was the characters from Carl, and oh no, yeah, and now to the DK series. Go ahead.
Right. So after Bodak and FIFA, next on the video, I auditioned for Donkey Kong Jr., DJ. So with that, I remember the description saying, "What should sound like a typical cartoon dad." I couldn't think of who to mimic for that, so I just winged it with that one by trying to sound kind of funny. So, son, how's things going with that Dixie girl? Kind of like my normal voice. Because with my older age, I'm basically old enough to be a father, but I'm not. So
For me, because it said here typical dumb and cartoon dad, I would have basically played him as like a Homer Simpson kind of dad, like who's like, "So son, how's things going with that Dixie girl? Hey, this reminds me of that time you peed during that football game. I just ordered a chicken and an egg off of Amazon. I'll let you boys know which one comes first." Just like that.
that sounds pretty good, better than how I would have done it.
Oh, thanks. Like again, like just trying my best because they're singing over the voices. Because with DJ, of course, he had two voice actors. First, it was Freeze, then Insta.
Now Gucci. So if you wait, but you're not counting Gucci yet, right? Because he hasn't been in a video since being recast the second time.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like okay, so I won't count like for example, I won't count like Quantum for example for Clog Rep yet or Bodak and FIFA since he didn't officially play them yet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so like when you officially play them, it shows in your wiki. Then yeah, you're officially the voice actor of both of them.
Yep.
Yep. All right, that was DJ, and then go for your next character.
Yes. Good evening, audience. This next character I auditioned for is Swanky. That one I actually felt like I had to look up a video sounding like Mr. Burns. How he sounds like, and I'm like, okay, maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
So I tried doing it in that voice. Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to one of my many buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I
And
tried it.
yeah, do you want to explain the backstory of how you came up with that voice with Swanky? Because you did tell me something about that.
No,
Like,
like I said, I I looked up who that Simpsons character was, saw a couple scenes in it, and I just tried to mimic that voice.
hmm.
I don't
And
remember telling you anything else unless you want to share it.
remember you saying something about a butler from Zoe 101?
Oh yeah. He also kind of sounds like if you ever watch that show Zoe 101, that episode Logan gets cut off. Like when he's having the talk with his dad and like the dad's assistant named Chauncey, that's who he kind of sounds like when I did that voice. But I didn't think of that character from Zoe 101 at the time when I did the audition. But that's just what it sounds like. I'll even
Uh,
quote one of his lines from that episode. Let go of my lapels or I'll poke you in your neck.
and
That,
that was,
that was, his name was Chauncey and he was Logan's dad's assistant.
again, that was really good. Like, just how the voice was. Because when it says here, a young sounding Mr. Burns, I did not know Swanky had to sound like that. Because when Insta voiced him, I thought he was taking inspiration from Donald Trump. That's what I thought.
Yeah, for me, when Kelly voiced Swanky, it sounded kind of like Donald Trump, but also kind of like Mr. Crocker from the TV show The Fairly Odd Parents.
I guess, yeah, I saw that too. It was like, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to one of my many buildings. It's only $60 a month, plus a $40 cancellation fee if you change your mind. Did you make that with a toaster by any chance? That's gonna add to this month's rent. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Oh no, my kitchen, my beautiful kitchen. Yeah.
All
Everyone
right,
else,
that's enough. Everyone else, out.
um, Wrinkly, what are you doing here? It's a key, Connor. People use it to open doors, dumbass. I know he didn't say that, but I just want to add it. A key to open, Connor. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so that was Slinky, and with your next character, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Next one with Waldo. Next one was yeah. For that one, I just tried to make him sound kind of gruff sounding because I couldn't think of what else to match the description with.
Uh,
Boss owes us money, but we're not leaving until we get it. Until you get our money back, your boss is going to stay a popsicle for good. You have 24 hours. Actually, make that 28. I might sleep in. I was just me winging it because I didn't know what to do there.
Fun fact: I actually quote that every day to my to my brothers. I was like, "You have 24 hours, actually 28." I'm like, "Where are you getting this from?" I'm like, "This is girl of it." But for me, for Waldo, because originally, with Insta, the voice he used, it was like close to Bodak and FIFA a little bit, like how the voice
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
But
but sometimes voice actors can't help that because their voice just naturally sounds like that.
I know. Well, god damn, when Gengar was cast and then hearing that deep ass Viking voice, it was badass.
Hmm.
For me, if I voiced it, if I auditioned for a role though, I would have based the voice out of you ever watched the movie How to Train Your Dragon?
No, I've not.
So like the main character Hiccup, his dad's like a Viking, and be like, your boss owes us money. We're not leaving until we get it. Until you get our money back, your boss is going to stay a popsicle for good. You have 24 hours. Actually, make that 28. I might sleep in. It's like,
Hmm.
but when that video came out last year of 2023 of like the Snow Madness, the whole crew, like when voicing the Snowmans, they did excellent.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, most of the Freestone 22 voice cast was in it.
Yeah, well, except you and Bassy and Yoshi at the time.
Yeah, like I said, most of us.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
It kind of sounds like you're far away and echoing a bit from my side.
How about now?
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
What did you do? Did you just reconnect?
No, I fixed the settings on my my audio. That's how I do it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
How do
But
I? Do I sound all right still?
you sound so alright, bro.
That's good.
Yeah. So and from that video, people especially love Pyro voiced by Cowabunga.
Uh-huh.
Pyro, torch the place. Yes.
Yes. Wait,
Aw.
stop. Oh.
Aw. um. Oh my god. So much flammable people.
Control
Uh,
yourself, Pyro.
the hell? It's so flammable. Crystal's flammable. I'm about to burn you. Is that? What? You never thought of that before? Yo, I bet you Kel was having the time of his life voicing Pyro.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, so that is the DK series, and now let's move on to WAF.
Oh yes. Waff.
Hmm.
First first character from that video for that series from my audition video, Torrence. I read the description. I thought I could probably do that, and I tried it, and I just tried to mimic how Insta voiced Torrance. Obviously, I don't have his voice, but I tried to match the accent the same, especially with the pirate accent. Which leads me to my favorite line: "I could still kick your 62-year-old ass with my eyes closed."
Yeah, to be when Insta voiced him, I thought he kind of sounded like Scottish a little bit. If you heard that from your side,
Yeah. Sounds like he has kind of a thinner voice than me too, so maybe that's probably why.
I could still kick your 62-year-old ass with my eyes closed. Are you kidding me? I'm still the older damn weapon king. I don't blame them for being unmotivated with the commanders like the old man and Lord Clackpot over here. So yeah, Torrance. I know a lot of people audition for Torrance.
Yeah, I heard. I think I heard that. I believe Torrance was the most selected or most popular choice to audition for a WAF series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so when I saw Torrance, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got Torrance. I heard he's like like very like one of the most highly chosen. Like me of all people, that's amazing. Like I
To
didn't
be
expect
honest,
to be anything.
Nathan, you deserved it because when I heard everybody else's auditions for Torrance from their videos, I was like, yeah, they didn't come close to you because when you, especially when you said the first line, like I can still kick a 62 OS, it was on point.
Thank you.
It was like really.
Because I was, yeah, basically all I did was try and mimic how Insta voiced him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like before you and the rest of the crew came in, like Torrance was like my favorite because of his smart ass comments.
Yeah. I also made a practice video after I got the role, like dubbing my voice over Insta's lines.
One of my favorites was when he was fighting with Salmon the Elder. You know what they say? You can never trust a python.
I also say you should bathe once a week, yet you still reek of piss.
One more word, and I'll tear your head apart and feed it to my children.
Your mongoose just doesn't scare me.
um, and just noticing like it's Insta's characters fighting with each other. That's funny.
Yeah. You said when I showed you my practice video, it sounds more believable because it sounds like Insta and me arguing, not with the same person.
Mm-hmm. When Freeze voiced the Torrance for that for part 3, and yeah, we both agreed to this. It sounds like Larry with a pirate voice.
It sounds like Larry trying to play pirate.
Your Grace, you've returned. That's how I picture it.
Yeah. Like Larry found some like pirate-ish outfit to try it on, and he was trying to imitate a pirate voice. That's what it sounds like from my perspective.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with Torrance, and now next up is Simon the Black.
Oh yeah, one more thing with Torrance too.
Hmm?
I was in a group voice chat with the cast, like about within a month or so after I got casted. I heard I supposedly I came close with Torrance as well. You probably don't know because you judge off videos, but I assume probably because most people sent audio files. Reason the judges were going off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard I was highly considered and came very close with Torrence as well. Same thing with the Bodak and FIFA thing.
Yeah. There.
And
But
one more thing I forgot to add too with the Kenny, like for a good for like 2 or 3 of the judges, maybe even Freeze himself, it wasn't even a question. Like, yes, this guy is our new Kenny.
I agree. Like, yeah, again, as I heard from your Kenny, it sounds like Freeze's one.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right.
next up,
Simon
Simon
the
the Black.
I remember
Yeah.
his description says something like should sound evil sounding, but I didn't know what to do at the time. So, given the voices I use for characters in my videos, which I guess is one of the later questions, I just use one of my demonic voices for Simon the Black. Not if I have anything to say about it. That's what I tried. Just that voice.
Yeah.
Just get that python out of our castle, or you'll be leaving here with a corpse. Like kind of dark and evil sounding.
Yeah. For me, if I auditioned for Simon the Black at the time, I would have used an impression of Shadow the Hedgehog / John Wick. That's what I could have used at the time, like saying, "Not if I have anything to say about it. I have a suggestion: get that python out of our castle, or you'll be leaving here with a corpse. I would have died standing near the nailed to a python." And yeah, what's so cool is I actually take that as impression and I use that as one of your characters for your channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah. But when I heard Quantum's fucking Simon the Black, it was like, wow.
Yeah, I agreed. Wow.
So majestic and so sinister at the same time.
His voice in general sounds quite charming. Would you agree?
I do agree. And like when I first heard his real voice through his audition and in that podcast with Trashy and the rest of them, I was like the closest to his regular voice is that tutor from with Bowser's Childhood.
Yeah, from the flashback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And speaking of the Simons, next up we have Simon the Mad, the crazy one.
Do not believe the lies of the skeleton man. I mean, yeah. When I read the voice should sound funny and boisterous, that was just the voice I used. Like I didn't know who to or what to mimic before, so I just winged it with that one. My sounding kind of crazy, kind of fast like this, and scared. That was my voice audition for him.
Simon the Mad was probably the ones I could audition for because I do a little bit of voice acting myself off my channel, and I do crazy voice or like fast kind of voices if you ask my friends. And this is basically the one I would have used. The voice would like be like, "Soon ships will be able to fly, and they'll be used to drop bombs on our cities. There's gonna be a horrific fire. It's gonna destroy all our crops, and we're gonna starve. The king's in trouble. He's soon to be meeting a horrible, grisly end."
Yeah.
Nah, and again, when I heard yours, I was like, you came close because unlike you, again, I'm not saying this person's name. At least you didn't use a voice to just sound like, like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, and what was so like kind of cool and sad at the same time is that before Insta's departure, he was supposed to voice Alon, Simon the Black, and Simon the Mad in part 3.
Yeah.
But
It's a
hey,
shame he couldn't stick around, like at least for that video before he officially left. Like he could have recorded his lines and then left.
I feel like the last episode he should have been was like in the Return of the Parallel Universe was King Babam.
Mm-hmm.
Him if it was like for one like, that was close.
Yeah, I heard that video was supposedly planned before the casting of the new VAs, and none of the new VAs were in that one.
True. And let's see here. Well, and that's basically all the characters you audition.
Yep.
All right.
And I said to potentially, like I wasn't like I like there was definitely a great chance I wouldn't get it. So at the very beginning of that video, I said hope to potentially be working with you as a voice actor, but nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, and that brings us to our next question. What was
And
your
one
reaction?
and
Go
one
ahead.
more thing. Yeah, one more thing too. Actually, when I uploaded the video, I left it as unlisted, and when I sent it to Freeze, and he said that's fine, because if I made it public before like the audition window closed, people who would send their audition later would probably get inspiration like from my voice, and I
I
don't want
mean,
that in terms of this market, you know.
that is smart. And I'm sorry, we forgot to mention this for the Bodak and FIFA one, and I'm not gonna say this person's name as well. This is a different person we're talking about. When we were both reacting to this, I just love how this guy went for like an Italian Bodak and FIFA. You should have seen the guy in the gun. It was so funny.
Yeah, he sounds like he could be he sounds like he could definitely be a different kind of gangster. Like if he's really wanted to use him, like just for like one line.
And the same guy, he actually, and I saw your comment about this with his Casimir, but when I heard it, I was like, why is he singing? He's like, but no, in all seriousness, bullying was never. I was like, why are you saying this? What was is Casimir part of a musical or something?
If it was a musical, he definitely could have used that. But no.
But no, Richie, in all seriousness, rolling was never in my interest. Oh my god. All right, next question.
Oh
Let's see.
yeah. Wait. I thought I had something else too. Oh yeah, I remember what I was saying now. I made my audition video public only after Freeze said audition window is closed. That's when I
Mhm.
made it public. But before I made the video public before he announced the casting results, but only after he said the audition window is now closed, if that makes sense. So people wouldn't like try and steal my voice or get
That
inspired.
is that is true.
Until afterwards, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
All right, I
okay.
don't know.
Okay. The next question. What was your reaction like when you got casted as one of the new VAs?
Imagine K. Rule walking in on Roy eating cakes. Oh my god!
You
But
were
like
that
in a good way.
you were that excited, right?
Yeah. I'm like, no, this can't be real, right? Did I actually make the cut?
Like
Like I
when
was
you
smiling and jumping. I was taking a nap at the time and I just glanced at my phone. I'm like, congrats. And that just perked me right up. And I was jumping and dancing, like, yay, yay, yay. Like,
yeah, like
oh my god, I actually made it. I didn't expect to make it.
it was truly something because when Freeze were putting out these auditions, here's what I thought. I thought similar to like Insta, he would only get one voice actor for all of his previous characters, but no, he went for multiple. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
hmm And yeah, and this seeing like you as the new Kenny and Torrance, you truly deserved it.
Yeah. What if it was any other character too that Freeze messaged me, like who actually got the role of, I'd still feel the same way. Like I'm just happy to be part of the cast because Freeze Flame 22 definitely one of my favorite YouTube creators to watch, if not my favorite. And
Wise words indeed.
work working for one of the guys that the creators that I really enjoy watching, like on my free time, felt like a dream come true.
Wise words indeed, bro. Like that.
Because previously I voiced a lot of characters in my videos, which inspired me to be a VA. And I really wanted to get my voice out there, like in other people's videos or cartoons or animations. And I was just really happy about that.
and that's really good. Yeah, because for my channel, there is two characters people liked for what I did. Of course, yeah, similar to Sean, it would be my Fozzie Bear impression from the Muppets to be like, "Oh, waka waka," and just like, "Oh boy," just that. And my another impression I would do for them would be Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. It'd be like, hello, it's family," just like that.
Those are great impressions.
Thank you. Like, it just took a lot of years to like develop these kind of voices, and that's the point of voice acting, just working hard.
True that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Like most of
again,
the voices from my audition video, I didn't use them before. Like, I didn't discover this voice until I tried it.
right? You were wrong. The Donald Trump wrong. Shut up, Slinky. Get out of here.
Oh, I
But
didn't discover this voice until I tried it. And look where it got me now. In Free Slam 22 YouTube videos.
yeah, which again, I'm glad you and the rest of the crew members got the chance to be in Frieza's channel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right then. Next one. How did you felt when you first got your first script from Freeze Flame 22?
Very happy. Mostly happy, but kind of nervous.
I know, man. The adrenaline and everything, because this is your first character. And would you like to explain your first character in the series you were in?
Yeah. So, I still have the message too. So I'm going to read that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes. It was on May 8th of 2023. He said he watched. All right, so let me put some context into this. After I got casted for being voice actor for Freeze Flame 22 YouTube channel, that inspired me to make like a portfolio video showcasing most of the voices I can do, like for my videos and my newly found voices.
Mm-hmm.
And after having that video posted and saved as my server bio for the voice acting server that I'm in with along with the other cast members, Bree said he watched the voice acting video on my channel, and that's how he was able to find a part for me. And he says with that video, like finding parts for me, it saves him the trouble of telling me how he wants the character to sound, because I just showcase to him and my audience and all his audience the types of voices I can do, like how most of them sound like. I says like, oh, use your Knuckles voice for this one. Use your Dr. Robotnik voice for the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got
Yeah.
the message, it said the character's name is Krunch. He's a fairly intimidating bully character, and he's in a scene where DK and Co visit a dangerous bar. I figured the voice you did for Robotnik could fit if you're interested.
Mm-hmm. That, that was an interesting.
That's how I got the role of Krunch. It was offered to me in DMs.
And that's an interesting story because I actually did check out your demo too. And the one that shocks me the most out of the voices was when you did the voice for Grounder and Robert Barone from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because for your audience out there, whenever me and Nathan on a Discord call, we would just be joking around being because I'll be like Ray Romano, basically like Ray from Everybody Loves Raymond, and while he'd be like Brad Garrett, aka Robert, be like, "Oh, look who it is! If it isn't my brother Robert."
Yes, Raymond, everyone loves you.
I gotta say, because you're like the first person I knew that could do an actual good like Robert Barone like impression. You did really spontaneous.
Oh, thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah. So and yeah, this recording when you were first recording your lines for Crunch, like this feeling is like nervous and happy at the same time, and setting it to freeze. Like, was it good?
Yes, so I just did the same thing I did for my audition video, because when I put together the audition video, I wanted to make a good first impression so that if I do get casted to work with him, he knows what to expect, like what the sound would sound like. Because I'll
Mm-hmm.
be honest, I didn't use a voice changer except for Claw Grip, of course. The only thing I changed before sending was sub was trying to filter out background noise so you wouldn't hear much feedback.
Yeah.
And when I
And
first got the script, I was so happy to record the lines. And then I asked, all right, all done. How do you want them sent?
hmm. And when I first watched that video of closing down, like including you and then the other VAs at the time, like yeah, who was also debuted in that episode was you, Quantum, and Yuri at the time.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you guys did. Yo, when I first saw Krunch and you just like move, I was like, oh goddamn, who are you? Oh my god! It's like, hey, you want to give us a definition of your voice?
I didn't ask you to speak, you oversized pussy. You're sitting in my seat. Leave now.
Does your ass need both seats?
The reason I'm saying seats is because I'm trying to recreate it like he's just trying to crash the podcast.
Oh my
I didn't ask you to speak, you mediocre host. You're sitting in my seat. Move now. Move.
I'm sorry. As I recall, I'm hosting this Krunch, and I'm gonna leave something in your drink when you choke later. Oh yeah. Speak of the choking scene. Would you like to explain how many takes you had to take?
Oh yes, because Crunch only had 5 lines in that episode, and Frieza's really happy with the speaking lines. But there were 2 other lines that weren't really speaking, just sounds I had to try and do, like falling over and choking sounds. I did. It took me. He said for first 2 attempts when I sent it, retake it because there wasn't enough energy. Like I remember the choking line at first. It sounded like kind of slowly.
That was the final thing.
When he said put more energy into it, it sounded like he's actually being poisoned and not like slowly dying. I put more energy into it, and that's how I got.
What the hell? Is he gonna be okay? Well, and it can like Kitty's just like laughing.
I think not.
Oh my god. No, and yeah, for our future video, because I know we've been saying this, like in the future video, Crunch should return as like a background character.
He should. Just like how Pink Kong is in a few DK episodes as a background character.
That would be awesome. And there's him getting his revenge for Kitty somehow. Somehow.
Assuming he didn't die from poisoning.
Yeah. And speaking of behind the scenes, of course, if you're happy to share this, like I believe it was you along with other people suggested for Burley at the time, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So yeah, it was okay before Gengar got cast. So it was you and who else again?
The first 3 considered for Burley was me, Gengar, and Quantum.
And did you also say Yoshi at one point?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
He was briefly considered, like just briefly though.
I just imagine that a German Burley in the years just hearing Fable is like, oh, it's kind of our job, sir. Oh, let's see how this plays out. Oh, idiot. That's how I just fucking imagine it. Oh my god. But yeah, I truly believe that Gengar did good as Burley. And speaking of Quantum, his debut as like in this episode as like Scab.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the dump job. The name's Scab. My mother's dead. Get out of my bar before you don't get a sip of whiskey in your life ever again. Out. Yeah.
I had a depression in too. Welcome to the salty spittoon. How tough are you?
Oh, that's
you guys get that reference?
Yeah, that's from SpongeBob. Who would have get that reference?
But yeah, that's what he reminds me of. Like, people in the live chat of that video on that scene said, "Welcome to Salty Spittoon," like they were trying to imitate it, because that's what the bartender character was like to those people, like the guy that said, "Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you?"
How tough I am? I'm gonna take out your tattoo and put it back in the wrong place.
Got any more tattoos? No, that'll do. Come right in.
Yeah, but and what do you call it? Other than we did mention her before, Yuri as new Dixie because, of course, Karma did explain this in the podcast where she was trying to like do different kind of voices for Dixie, and when it came up with the new girl characters and everything else, and it's put as audition. I gotta say, Yuri does really good as Dixie. It kind of reminds me when Lily Sketch used to voice her.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that video came out and everything, like, what was your honest reaction when you first saw the episode?
I was like, yes, my voice on video.
That is pretty
I
cool.
knew I had
Yeah.
to be in live chat at the premiere, so people could say, "Oh my gosh, it's Nathan," or "Oh my gosh, it's Quantum," or these other VAs that have their debut.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
And
supportive of Gengar and Blue on their debut on Carl 1-2 Remaster.
I saw your comment, and yeah, and well, yeah, your comment from closing down, I saw it because your favorite thing from that episode was that my L joke.
I loved that joke.
It's my L. It's AI, Tiny. Oh, poor Tiny. All right. Next up, this question is for Torrence and Kenny. So, what was your experience like voicing both Torrence in WoW Part 5 and Kenny in Pet Peeves for the first time? How did that felt?
Felt awesome. Like, I'm more confident in voicing Kenny and Torrance because easier for me to voice Kenny and Torrance. With Torrance, I have to like raise my voice up and pitch naturally, and the pirate accent just comes kind of naturally. Like, I can still kick your ass out of that seat with my eyes closed. Again, trying to recreate the setting that we're in a podcast.
No, I know. And like your Torrance, and I know I said Part 5, but it was actually Part 4. On his like comebacks and everything out, and then yeah, my nephew Garrett would like to take this post.
Your nephew? He's not even a priest.
Seriously, I just had enough of you. And then when he went to Torrance and saw Torrance of ceremonies,
sit down, or your ass isn't getting invited to the next one.
And then like Torrance has like the whole speech about how our Lord Richard should get the position at the first place.
Yeah. If Lord Richard had been given his rightful place at the king's side from the beginning, none of this would have happened.
Lord Richard's rightful place is the end of my sword. Lord Richard's a wonderful man.
Like that instance, my self-rating not as good as the video because when I record the lines, like I warm up a bit. Like I try and I read through the script. I try and get the emotion of it, like how he should be feeling, like really angry. And his character did turn out really angry. Like, if Lord Richard had been given his rightful place, none of this would have happened.
Exactly. And I noticed that in Part 4 that Torrance got like more less screen time in voicing in that one.
He got decent amount of screen time in the first scene, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah, because here's the thing though, because I know that Lord Rook took his place in that meeting with Lord Richard, and I wish like Torrance could have been in that scene, but I know you had less lines, but you did tell me the story of like how you got another role in that episode.
It would make sense. It would have made sense for Torrance to be in that little meeting on WoW Part 4. But I remember people in live chat were commenting, the people that were there, it's basically meeting of the Swallows, as in Swallow voiced all three characters sitting in a room.
You don't say, Lord Waldron. Interested in the appearance of a newborn child. That's quite terrifying, Waldron. Once she comes of age, of course. We're not all like Lord Waldron over here. That's not what I meant. Oh my god. But yeah, you want to talk about the other character you're voicing in Part 4?
Oh yeah. So remember how I mentioned earlier in the other question when I auditioned for Tucker, I used my Knuckles voice. Sorry, babe. I was texting the guys. That voice actually came in handy for a new character, Taylor Python, one of Torrance and Berwick's uncles.
Yeah. And I gotta say, the voice you used for Taylor was very, very, really cool. Like, especially that one line that everybody likes, especially, would you like to say it?
I'm convinced you were dropped as a baby or something.
I just like that whole conversation in general, especially with Uncle Jeffrey. Yeah, screw you, you ungrateful bastard. Not me, moron. Rob. Rob. I thought that guy was Rob. Do you even remember any of us, Uncle Jeffrey? And then that's when Taylor comes in. Yeah.
When Freeze messaged me about, because in a way he kind of felt bad that Torrance only has 5 lines and he wants to give me more screen time. So he offered me Taylor Python because he's a relative of Torrance, which makes sense. Because I've noticed that like the same VA voices like siblings, father son, mother daughter, things like that.
I mean, yeah. My favorite line from Taylor, of course, yeah, other than dropping the head, my favorite one was like how he said, the orca. I like it. I just like how you said it in a way.
I don't know why.
It's
But yeah,
just so.
when
Gonna
Freeze
go ahead.
said to do a simple mobile voice, I said the only one I could think of is how I voiced Knuckles. Do you have any specifications? And then he checked out my video again, and he's like, "All right, yeah, your Knuckles voice will do." And I'm like, "Thanks. I'll make sure to guard the Master Emerald with my life." I don't know why I keep thinking Master Emerald with Knuckles. That's pretty much what I associate Knuckles with whenever I think of him, because he's a guardian
Mhm.
of Master Emerald in the Sonic series.
Of course. And okay, that's the WAF. And now with Kenny and pet peeves. Now with Kenny, how did you feel voicing him for the first time?
Confidence rating sky high.
And the scene is starting like, "Hey Grace, who are you?"
Sup, kid? Logan home?
Damn it, Carl! Stop talking to my friends. Isn't this guy like 40? Oh
Yep.
no! No, I know. Come on, Kenny. Let's go upstairs and record some records.
Kind of thing good to drink?
And then the other scene, like, yeah, cheese, cheese, cheese. The hell are you yelling for? I'm trying to find cheese. Check the refrigerator. Not like that, moron. The Blitty. And then yeah, Kenny comes in.
Bloody, huh? Think I saw your sisters playing with one in the backyard earlier.
And yeah, I know you got less voice lines for like Kenny in that one, but you said it great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was more confident because I was already after the first video, I got familiar with the process. So any other scripts I received going down the line, I'm familiar with the process now. It was just the first one where I voiced Krunch that gave me the most anxiety
Mm.
because it was my first video and like I wasn't familiar with how the process worked. Because when I first got casted and sent to the separate server, he said scripts are out, check your DMs, and I didn't get one. And I'm like, do I not have a speaking role? And he said, nope, you don't get a speaking role. Just wait for your next one. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hmm. So yeah, but yeah, truly a great experience for both. Yeah, Kenny and Torrance for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next question. How excited were you when you met the main cast and the new VAs for the first time?
Oh, it was amazing. It was, I don't know, in a way, kind of feel like meeting celebrities. Like it's nice to work with these people, and their voices sound great from what I've heard. And speaking with them, I felt like I was a little starstruck.
I mean, yeah, I would too for the same thing because honestly, Nathan, when yeah, we're gonna explain this later. When I first met you, I felt like meeting a celebrity for like somebody's famous channel. That's how I felt when I met you for the first time.
I felt that way too. I felt when I first met you, I felt like a minor celebrity.
I was like, "Yo, this is the guy, Nathan, who voices Torrance and Kenny. He's
Yeah,
famous."
because I felt like from your perspective, you're thinking this is the guy that voices Kenny in Torrance.
Uh-huh. And when I heard your regular voice, and then when you did your impression of both Kenny and Torrance, like legit in the Discord and anything like that, I was like stunned. I was like, "Wow."
Like, wow, that's your normal speaking voice.
But no, and then of course when I found your channel and everything, and then when I watched like some of your videos, especially the voice demo of like how many voices you could do, I was like, this guy's talented.
Thank you.
Yeah, like seriously. Hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I do like voicing the characters from my for the videos on my channel inspired me to want to be a VA for someone else or VA in general. Because I
Hmm.
play Sonic games and I voice a good chunk of the Sonic characters. That's what inspired it.
Oh my god, I'm about to say something, but I don't think anybody's gonna get that reference. Oh, hold on. Exana? No! My god, who's gonna get that reference? Goddamn.
Oh, they'll get it soon enough at the time of filming. At the
Hmm.
time of this podcast, by the time this is all aired, they'll get it. They'll get it.
Okay.
But not at the time of this recording, they won't.
Hmm. But yeah, going back like meeting them for the first time, meeting like they were just like celebrities. Yeah, it's just a great feeling for you.
It was a great feeling for me.
Hmm.
Being in being in voice group chat with them, playing games, getting to know them.
That's fantastic.
Yep, yep.
All right. Next one, and you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. Okay, the next question I'm about to ask you: out of all the 4 series that Freeze Flame 22 does, which one is your personal favorite?
Hmm. That's a tough one. They're all great in their own way.
Yeah, that was like you don't have to answer, or you could just say all in general.
Hmm. Like I don't have like a favorite or a least favorite because to me they're all good in their own way.
Excellent answer.
That's all I could say.
I
Oh yeah,
mean,
I forgot to say with the last one or 2 questions ago, like when I was first getting familiar with the process of recording and sending the lines to Freeze for videos, like every time I was nervous or had a question, he'd always answer. Like he's we established a great working relationship, and he always answers any questions I have, like about the process in general.
I agree because when I first officially had a conversation with Freeze in chat and Discord, it was after when he posted WoW Part 5, and I was just telling him how like you did so great taking your time because I did say this to you. I actually got emotional watching Part 5.
I did too. Like especially near the end when Silver and Tybalt died in the battle or the war or whatever.
What got me the most was Casimir's death. I was like, oh, the Blackfoots, they fucked up. They gone too far this time.
Yeah. But now looking back on it, that by them killing Casimir just screwed themselves over because now that gives Richard even more power to the throne or more of a claim.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about it and look back on it now.
Yeah.
Like they thought
Um,
they were making Lord Richard's life miserable by killing his uncle, but in reality, they didn't realize it yet at the time. But that actually makes Richard's claim to the throne even stronger.
that is true. Oh yeah, I remember Mondo putting like a voice message in the WAF chat and making fun of Lord Richard's uncle saying, "Boo-hoo, your uncle is dead." What the bitch? I was like, "What the fuck, Mondo? Why would you say that?" But I know he said that as a joke. I was like,
Yeah,
"Mondo."
that reminds me of that other meme. That reminds me of that other meme that someone made, like adding in Morton pointing and laughing when Ludwig found his dead mom in the sewer in BK Ludwig's Dilemma.
Oh, I remember that. I was like, "You're that was so cold." Oh my god.
That reminds me of that other meme when Mono did that for
Mhm.
Wasp. That's what made me think of the other meme.
Yeah. But still, after I got in a conversation with Freeze, like texting and everything, that just made my day that Freeze and I got to like text and then I just, saying that he was one of my inspirations of like, voice acting wise. It was like, thank you, my good sir. Yeah. And all right, next one. And
Mhm.
again, you don't have to answer this one as well if you have multiples. The next one is what is your favorite episodes from Freeze Flame 22?
Again, I'm not sure. All I can say is when I watched it early on, like I could tell he was just starting out, and as you watch later on, more progress occurs. So I could like see the evolution of progress. Like it started off kind of low quality, but watching the later ones, it got better in quality and progress. That's all I can say.
I agree. All right, since we're gonna go with the question. Oh yes, a question for you and Kawa. So, how was it like for you and Kawa to help out with the Bowser's Coupling episode Goom Band? Okay, just gonna wait a little bit.
I had to, I had to cough.
Okay, I'll say it again. Um, how was it like for you and Cowabunga to help with the Bowser's Coupling episode Goom Band?
Pretty good.
Like,
Because I remember it was me, Cow, and Freeze in a group VC just on a casual weekend. We were talking about brainstorming episode ideas, and I think Cow brought it up first, and then I followed up with yes, living in America, because I'm pretty sure Cow and Freeze don't live in the United States. Oh no, they don't. But they wanted to like Cow suggested the Age of Freeze initially, and I said yes, I could confirm this. Like they said they saw news about like some riot Popeyes due to the new chicken sandwich or whatever.
Yo, I remember that because I have a Popeyes next to me, legit 2 minutes away from me, and I
Mhm.
remember the fucking raids and raid. Like people were so obsessed with the chicken sandwich at the time.
Yeah. So yeah, I said living in America, I can confirm that is all true. And then
Mm-hmm.
I told what I knew about it, and that's I guess after telling about the riot, about the hype of the chicken sandwich, he just credited me for the helping out with the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't expect to be credited at all when it came out because I didn't have a speaking role.
Yeah. Again, like I know, yeah, both you and Kyle didn't have speaking roles, but what I could have seen was like you voicing like a Cooper or something like yeah, that Cooper that phrase voice said like saying that like, there's a worm in my sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just one liners, I would be happy just to have a role at all.
Like the whole fucking riot scene from the beginning, like where everybody's fighting and everything, I was like so wild. Especially when Morton threw Ludwig away. I was like, why did you do that?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Ah, Kawasaki. And
I
then
think
Cal's
I
like,
remember helping come up with that line as well. Like how
yeah.
like I helped give a picture of how the riot scene would turn out. I think I suggested that too. And Kawa suggested what Kawasaki does in the background. I remember suggesting like the riot scene and DD calling Kawasaki for help, like, Kawasaki, help! And
Ah,
then it shows what Kawasaki's doing. But I even suggested too, and he used it like for the brief moment it shows what Kawasaki's doing. You could still hear the rioting in the background, and you do in the video. So
cool. I got 3 crowns.
yeah, the 3 crowns thing that was Kawa's idea.
Hmm.
But that scene in general, I think I helped with that, like paint a picture of it.
What again? I give props to you, Freeze, and Cal for coming up with that episode. You guys did terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, when it came out, I didn't expect to be credited at all.
All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah. When I was asking about random Koopas. My next question. Is there any characters in the future you would like to voice, like a random Koopa, Goomba, Kong, etc., or like exiting character that exists today but doesn't have a voice actor yet? It's like, is there anything from your side?
Yeah. I know one of them for sure that we both discussed before, like from the Carl series, is Kylie Allenby's dad. And you know the character Kylie from the Carl series? Her dad's been shown at least once or twice, but he never spoke.
I mean, yeah, like I'm not self-reporting, but Freeze, if you watch this podcast and whenever you did the remaster of Mr. Mitchell versus Mr. Gray, and if you have all the parents in, especially Kylie's parents, I do suggest like either like yeah Nathan primarily or like anybody else to voice Kylie's dad because yeah when I heard his like not impression like his version this being just using her normal voice and this being strict with Kylie and everything I think it works out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The audience probably doesn't know this, but I know we discussed it, and I discussed it with the remaining cast. But trivial fact: in real life, I am the oldest aged amongst the voice acting cast of Freeze Flame 22, including Freeze himself.
that shocked me when I found that out from you.
But not by too far though. Like maybe within a year, maybe 9 months.
Mm. Hey, let's see here. Other than Kyle's dad. Oh yeah, 2 other characters we did talk about. One that I suggest mostly from you is because of like how you voice like the voices is I know he was not put up for audition, but one of the K Ringe.
Yeah, I was just thinking K Ringe too. For K Ringe, you were thinking my Robert Barone voice would be fitting. Ooh, what seems to be the officer problem? Yo, is there a bathroom here? Great, thanks. The Michelin Man. You came to work an iPhone, Connor. Ah, sick, dude.
Yeah, legit. K Ringe was like the funniest characters out there.
Contrary to his name.
Yeah, it was actually Ince's idea for coming up with the name K Ringe, like cringe.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And another character we suggested for a while, if this character gets a patriarchal voice, is Simon the Red.
Oh yeah, and you suggested I use the same voice I used for Krunch and Doctor Robotnik for Simon the Red.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Like,
seeing his picture.
mm-hmm. Seeing the picture of how he was like in Walk Part 3, I can just imagine him just being like a full angry Koopa, and I can just imagine if he like saying some random bullshit about his father's death, saying, "You killed my father, and now I'm gonna kill all of you." Just like that. Revenge is a bitch, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, whatever Freeze has in store for all of you for the future, I just hope the best.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right then. And now this is where we get interesting. All right, the next question. How did me, BlitzyFresh100, meet Games Nathan's Likes? Now that's an interesting story for all of you. So would you like to tell a story or should I?
Oh, I can tell from my perspective. Then you can tell from your perspective.
All right, so you go ahead first, since it was technically on your birthday when it happened.
Yeah. So I remember being wished happy birthday on my last birthday, and I got a friend request from someone named BlitzyFresh100. I'm like, who is that? Like, do I know this guy? And when I saw mutual friends, Freeze Flame 22, I'm like, all right, I'll give this guy a chance. So I accepted, and he messaged me saying, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Blitzy. I really like you do a really great job with Krunch, Torrence, and Kenny," which is who I voiced at the time before Taylor and Bryce. And I said, "Well, thank you very much." Then like maybe a week or two went by later, and we talked again. And I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you again. You seem like a cool guy." Then we got to know each other, and we even got in voice calls together.
Yeah.
And I felt like a minor celebrity when meeting him for the first time, like in voice call. Like that's how I felt from my perspective. And then as time went on, we became really good friends up to this day, and we even played Among Us together. That's
Amen.
I know from my perspective. I finished. You go ahead now.
I was gonna say amen to that because from my perspective, so yeah, from whoever announces the birthdays and everything, I saw you for your birthday, so I was wondering, yeah, I should friend him and at least send him a birthday message because that's the common sense to do. So I basically said, "Happy birthday, Nathan! Thank you for voicing these characters, and I thank you." And I put the rest of the cast members at the time saying, "You guys did awesome, and hope the best for you in the future." And what, yeah, as you said, a week or two later, we started chatting up like here and there, and then when we got our first voice call, again, when I mentioned this earlier, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm meeting Nathan for the first time."
And I felt like a minor celebrity.
I was
Like
like,
a celebrity meeting a fan. Like, hey, it's always nice to meet a fan.
And no, I was not one of those fans, people who are watching saying, "Can I have your autograph?" No, I was actually chill with him.
Yeah.
No, then we got to talking, and yeah, as I said, like we just started talking more and just playing Among Us. And there are times we actually have like Discord calls where we just talk about videos, anything like that. Even like Freeze Flame 22, like whenever Freeze uploads a video, and whenever me and Nathan are available, we would just chat afterwards of like our opinions of like how we like the episode.
Yeah. Kind of like our own little private podcast. like a post-game interview.
Yes. Hello, everybody. This is Blitzy and Nathan. We're about to review this episode from Freeze Flame 22. Yeah. No, but yeah, Nathan over here, he's chill, like, very nice person. And getting more known to him, yeah, it's like he's like one of the best bros I've made throughout my life. Like, I mean it by that.
Aw.
Yeah. Because there are people in my life, come and go, and like especially when I meet friends online, I always trust them. And yeah, you're like one of those people I trust.
That's nice.
It is. Yeah. So that was basically the backstory and how we met.
Yep.
All right. Number 12. What kind of content do you post on your channel for everybody's like perspective, Nathan?
Oh, I usually I post gaming videos that are like They're like action or RPG puzzle style. As of lately, I've been posting downloadable .exe game content, which is puzzle action based, like Sally.exe Whisper's Soul, Sonic.exe Tower of Millennium. Well, and of course, Among Us game nights. But before I posted my Among Us game nights on YouTube, what I just said about like .exe game content, puzzle action adventure content, that's what I post. And some occasional music video. In my music video, I made a musical game I play called Music Ace 2, in which I transcribe music by ear by placing all the notes in the right places manually, because there's no copy paste in it. Yep, that's it.
Pretty cool. And yeah, and when I first found your channel, of course, as I said, getting to know what you post here and there. And yeah, oh yeah, one of my favorite videos that, at least shorts, was like when you were playing Among Us as Baldy Basics. Yeah. That's like, yeah, it's when you explain your Among Us game nights here and there. I was just so proud that one night you were actually recording and I was in it. I was like, yay, I get to watch Nathan's perspective of like how we talk in the game.
Yeah, that at the time of this podcast, it's unlisted, but I plan to publish it real soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I showed it to Blitzy before anyone else because we were both in the game night. And so he could see it from my perspective. Like he could get a better understanding of why I did what I did, like why I voted the wrong person on the last 3 that one game.
Yeah.
And looking back on it from my perspective when I watch it, I'm like, I guess I was just dumb and third imposter that game. Because the other on that game, the other 3 were so sure that the guy they voted out on 5 was the first imposter, not someone we voted out on 8.
Mm-hmm.
I was just slow.
I mean,
I even questioned it too. Like on that game on 4, like when we voted out the imposter on 5, I even wondered from their perspective, how do you know I didn't lie about my vote? Like they just knew it was the other guy. That's the only thing I can gather. And I'm just slow to the party.
You do make valid points. Yes, I do agree. Like, because whenever we play Among Us, I bring up points, you bring up points. We do have our dumb moments. We do have our funny moments, especially in the dead chat. It's always amazing.
Yeah, and whenever Blitzy sees like the video, like if I die before him, he could see what's going on in dead chat behind his back when he's still alive.
Yeah. And then, yeah, of course, in Among Us games, there would be times where both me and him are imps. So, yo, the first time we were imps, we got it 2 times in different rounds, the same game night, and we both fucking sucked. Ass. Yo, that shit was fucking. No,
go crewmates. That's the one team.
Yo, go teammate, you bunch of dumbasses. Why'd you vote me out? Oh my god. I know, but there are times when you and me are like imposters, like that one the one you is unlisted right now. Yeah, so basically you got voted out because of like your pets, but there was a small period of time of that game night that I actually carried for the imps for you and me, especially when you turn off the lights and I killed in medbay.
Yeah, because I thought to myself at the time, bro's not sabotaging at all. Maybe I should help him out.
Yeah.
When you look at the video, when you see the video, you could see how it went from my perspective. Like why are the lights turning off? Like, oh, now I know that was Nathan helping me.
Yeah, I was like, Nathan, thank you, and then killed it, and the person next to me reported. The funny thing is, they didn't report me. They voted for the next person. But when it was the final 4, they voted me. I was like, hey, Nathan, at least you and me had a good run for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Part of it was me being rightly voted out on 8. Part of it was me being salty because the game prior, from my perspective, crewmates were just brain dead, like low IQ.
Exactly.
Like it was like I didn't like seeing defeat like 3 times in a row. From my perspective.
And you should have every right, of course.
Yeah, and because people metagame me because I left whenever I got caught as imposter, like it was just an embarrassing moment for me. And when they were so sure it was me, like when they called the button, I said, "All right, Nathan, please leave." And like, no. Why want me to leave? Because you're the killer, right? No. And they still voted me anyway, and I didn't leave that game. Yeah. Nathan will leave. I'm not leaving again.
And yo, the smartass was like, "Oh, so confident now."
No, that guy was probably just simping for me.
Because usually when
he lied. I think he lied on the second game where I did get caught as imposter by that guy. He said I wouldn't have said anything about Nathan. I think that was a lie. I think he would have definitely sussed me out.
True. Yeah. But speaking of
you
Among
wondered
Us,
what I did during those moments where I'm waiting for the game. Now you know I go to practice mode.
But yeah. This brings us to our next question. From Among Us. From your perspective, when did you start playing Among Us? Like ever?
What you mean, firsthand or watching videos?
You could tell both stories here and there, like whatever you want to go with.
I don't remember when I first started watching Among Us related content. I think it was sometime in mid or late 2022. Then in February of 2023, I got interested in the game. I'm like, okay, might as well try it, see what the fuss is about. When I first played Among Us, it felt, I don't know how to describe it, but it felt faster and more real time than what I saw in the videos. Like, it felt faster than what I was used to. It took me many games before I could get used to it.
Yeah, same here. Like
sometimes you gotta think fast. Sometimes you
do. The thing is with me, when I first played Among Us back in 2020, because this is like during quarantine where everybody had to stay home and everything. So at times I would play Among Us either with family, friends, and the early years of like Among Us, it was totally different but fun at the same time.
Yeah. I think Among Us is more fun with close friends and family than just strangers on the internet.
Exactly. So like it's like more fun whenever you and I play Among Us, and it's like whenever we both die and we're in the dead chat, we just predict if they're gonna win or not.
Yeah. But like I wonder too. Hang on. Like, I know how you see like the video from my perspective. Like when I'm dead and you're still alive, you saw what goes on in dead chat. When you die and I'm still alive, like before I die or if I survive to the end, sometimes I think, because I know my friend said, I often think, do you remember what was said in dead chat? Like, what were they saying? Were they like rooting for me, talking crap about me, talking crap about the crewmates? Or
it was like mix, because whenever you're like you're the deciding factor and you vote for like the wrong person, a bunch of us, including me, were like, Nathan, why'd you vote for the wrong person?
Did you say that in dead chat before I voted, or was that only after the game when I heard
after the game? I was like, Nathan, it wasn't him. Why'd you vote for him?
Yeah, looking back on it now, I feel so embarrassed. Like it should have been obvious to me it was Caboose and the other guy on 5 that we voted. Not the first guy on 8.
It's okay, Nathan, because there were times where I actually fucked up because I'm the deciding factor. Because remember that one game, it was me and my bodyguard, and it was like, I believe, Gray, and I was like so confident it was not Brown. I voted for Gray. I was like, wait, my bodyguard betrayed me.
Yeah, and I think the moment I saw the voting screen, I immediately said, "No, Blitzy, why did you vote them?"
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think I did that our first game night too, when you met a mutual friend named Twihero.
Yeah.
Like you were the deciding factor. I did that same thing. You were deciding vote and you voted the wrong guy. I literally yelled out, "No, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong number." Ah, no, we did. Anyway, but yeah, again, with
And at first you thought I was trolling, but I wasn't. Although sometimes I admit I do kind of troll like that. But that really wasn't. Like, no, you actually messed up. Like, no.
Yeah, like when I first played Among Us again and then started playing with you and the rest, it felt fun, like getting used to it in the game and like doing strategies. But 2 days ago, or was it 3 days ago, it was my first time playing without Nathan, and I was playing with our closest friend Raven at the time, and yeah, it was kind of feeling like a little bit different and lonely without Nathan, and I had to carry this legacy. I was like, well, Looks like the imposters get to see another day. Good luck, everybody. I was like, I have to keep on his legacy.
Yeah, that's something I do. Most people find it funny, but some find it annoying, especially those that don't know me. Like, it's like this. Whenever someone dies in a round, like the first round, and then a meeting is called, whether it's a dead body report or emergency meeting, and we don't vote someone, I always say, well, looks like the killers live to see another round. Good luck, everyone. Like the imposters live to see another round.
Yeah.
I only say that I only say that if someone died that round. Like, for example, if you call an emergency meeting on 9 or 8 and it starts off by saying no dead bodies and we don't vote, then I don't say it, if that makes sense. Because when I say they live to see another round, like they just murdered someone and got away with it. That's what
it does make sense. Like, yeah. But
people even questioned me too. Like after emergency meeting, like it's even on a couple of my streams too. Like sometimes they questioned, like, why didn't you say it after the emergency meeting? And I said, because no one died that round. That was an emergency meeting, not a dead body meeting. And they're like, oh, okay.
And yeah, there are times where you die and you're like, oh, I died.
Yeah, but sometimes I come back from the dead to make like witty comments, but I never, ever ruin the game for survivors. That's something I never do.
Which is a smart thing.
Yeah, because that defeats the purpose of the game. It's against the rules, and it's not, and in general, not nice.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments, because we could talk about all of our favorite moments, but it's gonna take up all the podcast. One of my favorite moments was like, because remember that one game night with me and Caddy, we were going each other at our throats. Yo, the one round that Caddy gets killed first, you make a comment about me. You want to tell them what you said?
Yeah, but it was before the game started, and Blitzy said, "If I'm imposter, I'm killing Caddy first." And then when I saw Caddy dead first, the first thing I immediately assumed, and Blitzy was laughing. I said, Blitzy, did you do a boo-boo kill? Like, let's be honest with me.
I was like, no, but it's funny. I was like, whoever killed Caddy, thank you very much.
Yeah. And I'm like, you had the motivation to do so. You had every right. Are you sure you didn't do that?
No, but now I want to be with the imposter now. I want to be with their team now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Another dang it, I lost it. Never mind. It'll come in. It was about another silly moment.
Do you want to talk about my awkward moments when we were playing?
I remember. I remember now. Let's see if we both get it. So, there were like 3 awkward moments between me and Blitzy and Among Us. One of them I remember was I was engineer. And he was the last imposter. I was venting around. He was just standing there menacingly, like just above the vent. Like it looked like he was faking the lab bathroom wires. Then I buttoned him questioning it. And I said, "Why are you just standing above that vent? We don't have wires. There's no reason for you to be there."
I want my lawyer.
And then we all voted him, and then the game ended, and the crewmates won.
Yo, what's so funny is that Nathan used that a week ago.
Yeah, I used that on our last game night on the video. I did that fancy. Like I knew I was cooked. I'm like, I want my lawyer.
I come back from the dead chat. I unmuted myself. I was like, Nathan, there's no way you use that reference. And what were the other awkward moments with you?
The other 2 silly moments with me and Blitzy is, well, we were I didn't know it at the time of the game because it was the game, but we voted off the first imposter early on 9 or 8. I think it was 8, I believe. Then when I was walking down from Electrical and Polis after fixing lights toward left side office, there was a body right near the vent outside of communications, and from my perspective, it looked like Blitzy was walking past it.
I was like, wait, Nathan, before you say anything, I know this looks so bad, but I promise it's not really.
I'm not saying it's you, but you didn't see that body back there, bro?
No, the thing is, I was walking so fast, I didn't get to see inside, but when I walked back, and you reported, I was like, Blitzy, did you not see that?
I'm not saying you did it, but that's very sus.
What made it so fucking awkward? That happened another fucking time in a game. I was like, Nathan, I know what you're thinking. Remember last time? If you vote for me, you lose. Oh my god.
No,
And
I think that other time I was only sussing you because from my perspective, it was between you and the actual imposter that we got out on 7 with the lights off.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to vote you off on for good measure. Like, let's draw a member on his forehead for good measure. That's what made me feel that line.
Do it, Torrence. You won't, Torrence.
Because the thing is, when you vote on 7 with the lights off, and you know it's between 2 people, you have to, when you do vote, you're basically committed at that point. Like, the round starts on 6, fix lights, call button, vote the other guy, you know you got 1 killer out guaranteed. And Blitzy was so mad before he got voted, like, whoa, Nathan, it is not me. I frankly, I kind of think you're one. And then after he got voted, I was the first one he spectated. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was the first one he spectated. And then when he was scrolling around to see if there was 1 or 2 imposters left, when he saw there was only 1, he was like, oh, I guess Nathan got it right. Now we only do have.
Here's the thing, though. I thought it was Nathan because it's funny how he's reporting every single body for every single round. Is that not sus? And the fact that he sus me the most. And yo, do you want to tell them your reaction after you found out it wasn't me?
Yeah, and I even made an assumption too, which once he confirmed was false. When I reported another body when it went from 5 to 4. I said, I don't know why, but I could hear Blitzy screaming at me from the afterlife saying, Nathan reported another body. He must be the imposter.
No.
Like, I totally made that as a joke, like as an assumption. Because that's what you were saying when you were still alive at the time.
The thing is, I was not even yelling. I was fake crying. I was like, why did Nathan vote me out? I didn't even do nothing.
I explained it many times. It was between you. I narrowed it down to you two. Both of you. I had to vote you out on 7 and 6. Because we started 50-50 on 7 with lights off, and we had to finish it. That's the only reason why I pushed a vote on you on 6.
Mm-hmm. Yo, your reaction afterwards when you found out it was me, you want to tell them?
Yeah, when I saw the crewmate victory and I saw Blitzy's color, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Blitzy. No.
Yo, folks, the amount of rage I had after with Nathan, I was cursing this guy. I was like, what the fuck, Nathan? Why'd you do that?
I kept saying when I reported the body when it went from 8 to 7, I narrowed it down to 2 people that could have gotten the kill, and we had to vote you out just to be sure. Like, even though we were more confident it was the other guy, but we just couldn't take that chance, you know? It wasn't safe to take the chance unless we wanted to pray.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't just start a 50-50 and then not finish it. Like, that's one of the most annoying things. Like, it wasn't on video, but I was imposter with someone, and we both just happened to kill fast. And when the guy reported my victim, he was also known for self-reporting on games prior. And people were so sure it was me. And I said, all right, if I'm out, vote this guy next. And they didn't. Then they just let the game continue, and they voted the other imposter. And immediately after the game, I said, yo, I'm not mad about that I got voted off. I'm more pissed at the fact you didn't honor 50-50 between me and the guy that reported. Because sorry if people don't like cussing, but I said that was a bullshit call. You just got lucky. Because that was bullshit, not honoring 50-50 there.
I mean, yeah, and you're cool with cursing here. Like, no, I don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if audience here doesn't like cussing, then that's why I said it.
I mean, yeah. Again, like, sorry for the cursing events for both of us. But yeah, as we play Among Us more, it's just more fun. And whenever we do play Among Us more in the future, I bet you we're gonna have more funny moments.
Yeah. Oh, one more funny moment I want to share.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I went from like 10 to 9, I was just browsing around the cameras, and apparently lights were turning off. Or like this right before lights turned off, and I see imposter kill someone on the camera view. Like, oh my god! And then when I got off the camera, lights were turning off, and someone said in the meeting, Nathan, why are you running away from lights, or why are you running against lights? I said, because I reported the body because I saw so-and-so kill this dude on the camera view. And after we voted him out, he just left the game and the call in shame. And then the next round, you hop on cameras. Blitzy hops on cameras and catches the other imposter killing on the camera view. And then he reports the body. He's like, yo, the other imposter is this guy. And then the crewmates win.
We did it. We're the best detectives ever.
Uh-huh.
We might be the worst imps, but we're the best detectives. We can say that for ourselves.
Yeah, I prefer to be, well, minus the dying part, I prefer to be a crewmate, like the good guy. Like I like being detectives and carrying the meetings. People say I'm good at it. Like if no one else is willing to lead.
I mean, yeah, I do agree with that.
I think it wasn't on video, but someone said like they didn't want to lead because Blitzy and someone else was like doing impressions and we didn't really get anywhere when I reported the body.
Yeah.
So it was from 10 to 9. I reported the body. Like we didn't really get anywhere. Like, and when the first meeting ended, I said the line kind of fast, but I was so focused on trying to get info. Like I was playing serious at the time. My brain was on. I said, all right, we're skipping. Killers live another round. Good luck, everyone, but we need to run that back because that was messy. And then I used my button. And then I got 4 votes, presumably by 2 imposters and 2 crewmates. Maybe because I thought I self-reported that round 1. Because they didn't, because there was no vitals and admin info at the time, I remember, right? I guess they just wanted to free shot me. Like, if they really think I self-reported, then vote me out. And they did.
One of my favorite games before we ever played, it was like the lobby. When somebody said, "Yo, I gotta go to the bathroom," I was like, I was doing Sean's was like, "Yo, just use a bag like a normal person. It doesn't hurt anybody." I was like,
yeah. Or like when you sensed an argument was gonna break out or was starting, we said, "Yo, don't start fighting yet. Let me hit record."
Yo, don't stop fighting yet. Let me press record. Yo, in the future, I did talk to Nathan about this. Whenever we play, I'll be like, "Yo, don't start voting yet. Let me press record for this moment."
And whenever votes are split, like when we need to vote someone, like on 6 or 5, I do my impression of Bilg or Blackfoot or whoever the character was. The original line was, "Nice dodging, Birch the Bald," but I modified to say, "Nice voting, Birch the Bald."
Nice dodging, Birch the Bald. Just like that.
Yeah, like if the votes were split, that's sarcasm. "Nice voting, Birch the Bald."
And I'll be like Birch. I'll be like, "Knock it off."
Or this is a reference that usually just slips out naturally, like when I caught an imposter, like Lord Richard's line from the first scene when Sanderling takes a stand. Lord Richard says, "Something to say, Sanderling." Like when I catch an imposter, or like I know it's them, like it's Gray, for example. I said, "Something to say, Gray?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like that same game when I narrowed it down between Blitzy and the first imposter. I voted the first imposter on 7, and we voted Blitzy for good measure. The first thing I said when I called the button was, "Something to say, Blitzy?"
Yeah. But yeah, again, just can't wait for more games in the future. And we're down to our last 2 questions. All right. The next question is, how's it now that you have officially voice actors for your channel?
Oh, feels pretty good. Like, what inspired it is I'm also cast as a VA for another project, which I won't name yet. And I got in a voice call with a few of them, and I'm like, "No, I like your voices. Would you be interested in voicing characters for my channel?" Because the reason I asked is because with a few of the characters I voice for my channel, it just sounds too similar and repetitive. So that's why I asked, and that's how I recruited voice actors.
Which
I voice for a few of my videos now.
Nathan, what I tell you, when I first got that message from you saying, "Hey, if you want to audition," and when I saw the characters, I was like, "Oh, it's like what Freeze did this back in 2022." I was like, "Yeah, I now have to do my chances for this one now."
Yeah, so I made the way my process works, like how I do the process, inspired by Freeze. Pretty straightforward.
But yeah, including myself and the others, like of course with the upcoming videos, like just other people talking to each other and you included, like it's like more and more fun and diverse.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like there's one scene in an upcoming video where there's 4 characters voiced by 4 different people.
Yep, and me and Nathan are one of those 4 people in that scene.
4, because we're 2 people.
But yeah, I was just very honored that I got some roles for your channel, and I just can't wait for more roles that you would provide for me in the future and the others as well. Like, cause when you're like when I got accepted as a voice actor for your channel, I was like, yes, working with a bro.
Yep.
Yeah, and for all you fans from Freeze Flame and Nathan's fans are like any of my friends from my channel, Nathan here will be a voice actor for my channel soon for an upcoming episode that I'm writing for.
Yeah, so the only thing I could say about it is stay tuned for the new episode, folks.
Thank
That's
you,
all I
Kenny.
can say.
Thank you, Kenny. Please don't kill me.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Can you please put the gun away? Oh my god, that's funny. All right. The last question. Do you see yourself still working for Freeze Flame 22 in the future?
Like how long in the future? Like maybe 2, 3, 5 years?
Like, okay, let's go with 4 years. Do you still see yourself working for him for like the next 4 years or something?
I think so, yes. Unless like something major comes up, like maybe I'm committed to someone, like seriously committed to someone, like dating someone, or I have to, or when I eventually get my own apartment or place to live. But other than that, I could still see myself working for Freeze. Like, I enjoy this.
Because yeah,
like unless my life starts to seriously unless my real life starts to seriously interfere, then yeah, I could still see myself working for Freeze in the future.
Because Freeze is still going strong along, like, yeah, because Freeze casted a lot of people back when he did auditions, 2018, and out of those people, 3 still stay strong. It was Popio, aka Gucci, Swaldo, and Trashy. There were like the only 3, and then when Carmen was added in 2020, there was like the strong like 4 to like Freeze's like crew at the time. Yep. But yeah, that was basically all the questions from my side. Do you have anything to say about for me or like the viewers out there?
No, not really.
But I gotta say, this was a very fantastic idea and podcast for the voice actor Game Nathan Likes for Freeze Flame 22.
Thank you very much, BlitzyFresh100. It was a pleasure to be here to answer your questions.
It was no problem. It was especially a good honor for you because, again, being close friends and all, and just taking the opportunity just to answer questions, knowing some behind the scenes, and like how it is really just working for one of the best channels ever.
Yeah, especially from my side, this guy Freesland22 is one of my favorite creators to watch on YouTube, if not my favorite.
Hey, to that, man.
For me, this truly feels like a dream come true. And I like voice acting.
So again, to my friends, Nathan friends, Freeze Flame 22 fans out there, or like Freeze Flame himself, whenever you see this podcast, just hope to see more from everybody. And yeah, that's basically all we could give. Well, other than that, hope everybody has a great day, good night, wherever you guys are from. And yeah, hope to expect more from me and Nathan for the future.
And on that note, we're going to end the podcast here. And then insert my outro here, I guess. If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for push notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thank you very much for watching. This is GamesNathanlikes.
And BlitzyFresh100 signing off.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. And there's a little reminder, both my channel and Nathan's channel will be in both our descriptions along with Freeze's channel in the description, just for more contact.